Hello, welcome back. As I've said earlier, we have Mr. John here in our midst, and we have our other brother, so Mr. Saidu Don CK1. So, first, Mr. John, please, I would like you to introduce yourself to the audience.
Thank you very much. Good evening, my viewers. My name is John Osayi Jose, a Nigerian veteran. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And also again, Mr. Saidu Don CK1, please, I would like you to introduce yourself to the audience.
Thank you. My name is Saidu alias Don CK, and I'm a Ghanaian.
You're all welcome to today's program.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you very much.
We're going to be talking concerning the corruption that is facing Europe and the corruption that is also facing Africa. So as we can see, as we all know, you two are from different countries. So I think most of, since you're from different countries, you know what is actually going on or concerning what you have concerning your own particular country and what you can even still see concerning the Africa entirely. And also when we talk about the Europeans now, you can still give us an enlightenment because you've been living here in Europe for past some years now. At least we can find something about what is going on here in Europe, especially when it comes to concerning the blacks. So please, I would just like, first of all, we want Mr. John to enlighten us concerning the corruption that is going on in Africa.
Thank you very much, Mr. Davi. Quickly, if you want to talk about the corruption in Africa, it's something that we all are seeing, even worldwide, even in the network today. As you can see, the leader there in Africa, they are really failing the Africans. I would say if you want to start anything, we'll start from the president. When I say president, I mean the leaders in Africa. Because as you can see today, the blacks, we from Africa, we are suffering in Europe today. I would say they are the cause. Because if they happen to take care of their country the way Europeans are taking care of their country, I don't think we'll be facing all this shit. If we want to come to Europe for anything, we will be coming on scholarship, maybe because of what we know, they just want us to come and do it here for them. That is the reason why we'll be coming. These things, when we are coming, we'll be coming in VIP. Not we looking for 1 or 2 ways to smuggle in, look at people dying in the Mediterranean scene, look at people dying in Libya right now, you know. So all these things, I want to say all this corruption start from our leader. I think we have much to say. I will still say, okay, let me give a chance to my brother also from Ghana to say something. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. John. As you can see, our brother here is talking about the corruption still facing Africa and most of all what is going on that makes people coming, throwing themselves just to get into Europe. Now we welcome our brother also, Mr. Saidu Don CK1, to enlighten us concerning the corruption facing in Africa. You're welcome.
Thank you, my brother. In terms of corruption in Africa, we have seen many corruption scandals. And in Europe, since I was here, I can see I saw some kind of corruption, but it's not like the way African corruption is. For example, these Europe people, they have fight so many years about their corruption, but we in Africa, we always talk or speak about corruption, but we never fight to remove this corruption thing. Always we will talk here and there. President will come, another government will come, they will talk, and finally it will be the same. Any money, though I know that he want me to give him money, but I will not give him any money. And my wife asked me to give him money, and I said no. If you are here in Ghana, helping people to corrupt the country, I will not do that. So he said he will not allow us to go. So the person who was driving me asked me to give him money. And he said that is the way they did it in Ghana. And I said then we are trying to remove this kind of curse upon all Africans, because this is not the way it's supposed to be. So I didn't give him the money, but he took me to the station. When I start explaining the matter, I told my friend to video me and the policeman. And when he saw that my friend is videoing, he said he would not allow my friend to video the what we are discussing, what we are talking about. So the thing, we start arguing, and it's like he will throw insult on me, I'll throw insult on him, and I didn't agree. So what I'm trying to say is, we the citizens are those who is supporting the government and those police people, the lawyers, the judges, to corrupt the country. If we don't support them, they will never ever or they can never ever corrupt the country. For example, in Europe here, you can never ever bribe a policeman. He will use it against you in court of law. So we, the citizens of Africa, we need to try everything possible to stop giving or paying corruption, paying money to police people and all those government people. That is my opinion.
All right, thank you, Mr. Seydou Donsiki. Now, please, as to the audience, we're still going to be talking concerning the corruption facing Africa. But I would like the both gentlemen to enlighten us much. Now, Mr. Seydou have said a part about concerning him and a policeman in his own country. And Mr. John also make an impact concerning how things have been going tough because of corruption makes a lot of people struggling just to get into Europe for a good living. Please, I would like Mr. John, I need something that will make, okay, their corruption has been something that is occurring. Now, what can we do? What are the things what the government can do? Is it that they should put enforcement to corruption, or is it they should make it a legislative law against the people, against every people, against in a country, or is it that they should enforce it as I've said earlier, and they should make a stand? You know, you're enforcing something, you're not making a stand, it will not make such thing to last. It's just like you said you want to cook soup, and you don't know what to put to the soup. You just go and do, you don't know how to finish what you're doing. You cannot do it. So if you don't know how to cook a soup, you cannot cook a soup. You rather go and cook a stew. There is difference between stew and a soup. Now, you want to push out corruption from your side. What are the things that you have to do? And if you're doing these things, are you sure these things are going on? Are you sure these things start from the head to the tail? When I mean the head to the tail, from the government to the last citizen in a country. So what are the things that they're supposed to do concerning corruption in Africa?
Thank you very much, Mr. David. As you can see, let's not discuss on issue that we all know that is going on in our country, Africa. To be realistic, what we just need in that Africa is just a change. Without a change, there is nothing that will stop that corruption. Okay, now, for example, let me bring you back. How can a 70-year-old president be ruling Africa, a country? 70 years president will be ruling a country where we have young people that can take care of country, that think fast, that move fast, and every other thing. Just look at the last event. The president of Nigeria, Muhammad Buhari, in his office, from there he was sick, he went to England for treatment. After 100 days, what is he doing? How come, that means to say the country has been without no president. If we happen to have a young president, those things will not happen. The number one thing to stop this, our corruption, to stop every other thing, you can see what this, my Ghana brother was saying. This kind of thing happens to me when I go to Nigeria as well. I left Nigeria 2007. I went back to Nigeria 2013. My brother, when I came down from the airport, where to stamp me in, that is where they just look at my passport. They noticed that because when I went there, my passport expired and I did another one in Madrid. They just look at my passport to stamp me in. He said, do something. I said, I don't understand. He said, this is your first time of coming after 6 years. I said, yes. He said, that is the reason why you will give us something. I said, why? When I'm coming to my country, I said, I don't do things like that. I don't do things like that. After I had some time with those people, they noticed that this one will not agree for all. They gave me the stamp and I went in. Just to take a carrot that you take here in Spain, in Europe, you take here in Spain, you use it, you drop it, the money you put, you take it back. Just to take it, I need to pay 150. But getting there, this guy know that I'm with Euro. Never knew that there is a man that I helped in the flight. The guy gave me 200 naira, which is my currency. And the carrot is 150. Getting there, the guy said, bring money. I should bring money. I said, okay. How much is it? He said, you bring euro, don't worry. I said, what are you telling me? I'm in Nigeria. I know of this thing. It's 150. Take. I gave him the 200. The guy was telling me, is this the money you want to give to me? He didn't want me to collect my change from you. Please, just take that money. The guy noticed that I don't want to brag. I don't want anything stupid, before taking that money. My brother, what I want to say here, if you look at that airport when you come down, you see people, different people telling you, hey, this, to take something from you. Why? These people are supposed to be working. So it's because of the lack of organizing. This is the problem we are facing in Nigeria, in all Africa. That means to say, if we have a young president, I think things will move fast than this. Now you see, everybody is trying to do something to enlighten people in Africa, to tell people about something. Look at this young man that I've been seeing on internet, Ambassador Don Osage. Everybody is looking for one or two ways to attack him, to bring him down, just because he's trying to say things to enlighten people that he's still down. So what I want to say, my brother, the fact is just that if we happen to have a change of president from a young thinking, I think things will change more than things. Thank you very much.
Okay. Now, do you want to say stopping corruption needs to drop down the old or the matured president,
yeah,
and bring out the young president,
yeah,
in a particular country? Mm-hmm. All right. Thank you for that. That's another opinion from Brother John, Mr. John. Okay. Please, I would like Mr. Seidu to give us an advice concerning African corruption. Now let's talk about concerning Ghana corruption. What do you think that can be held in Ghana that can control or uphold corruption not to occur?
Thank you very much. For my own opinion, what I know is that corruption, we need to fight against corruption, but that fight, we always say fight, and still we have, now it's not even, we have so many corruption scandals than before. Why? Because the same people who say fight are the same people who is making the corruption. You understand? For example, so many years ago in Europe, like 28 years ago, they fought well about corruption. All of
Europe here, they used to do more corruption than Africa. But when they start fighting the corruption, they didn't think of this is my brother, this is my sister, or this is my family, or this is my tribe. They fight it and they won it. Now, what I saw in my own opinion is that this Europe, they have only 15% of corruption, and even that is not even clear. But Africa, we have more than 92% of corruption. This one will say this is my brother, this one will say this is my, this one will say this is my tribe, this is my countryman, this is my hometown person, this is my uncle's sister, brother. All these things, if we didn't stop it and if we didn't forget it, the corruption in Africa would never ever stop. Because the more we use brother, sister, family, tribe, the more the corruption keeping growing. This Europe, for example, they speak only 2 or 3 languages in, for example, Spain. And even these 3 languages, they have chosen one as the country language. It's not easy for you to see a Spanish man who know even more than 5 of his cousins or like 3rd family member, because of they have generated, they have increased their capacity of fighting of corruption.